How's it? Shup shup. Hope you are all well. Thanks for joining me and looking at another South African custom knife. This is episode 2 of a 4-part series. If you missed the first one, once this video is done, go back and check that one out. That we did on Blicks and Blades, on one of their knives, and that's a very good knife. But today we're here to look at a knife from Els Knives. DB Els is the maker, and this knife comes courtesy of Eldor from Pickled Steel, who sent me 4 of the knives to have a look at and share with you guys. So let's start a bit with about DB Els. DB Els started making knives in 1996 as a hobby, as he's a hunter and he wanted to make himself knives for hunting. So a lot of his knife making background is for hunting knives. He makes a wide variety of handle materials, but he does prefer natural stuff like wood and bone. He likes to use high carbon stainless steels, stuff like N690, 440C, Lmax, M390, and Bola. He does prefer to do stock removal knives. For those of you that don't know what stock removal is, stock removal is where you get a blank cut out of a knife and then you shape it from there. So that's a hell of a lot of work to get it right. So today what we're going to be looking at is the Jackal. Beautiful knife. I've already had it out. I've already been playing with it, and I very much like this knife. As you can see, it comes in a leather sheath, a very well made leather sheath at that. So both sides there. It does sit fairly deep inside the sheath, but let's get it out and have a look at the knife. So I doubt you've come here to look at a leather sheath. Okay, as you can see, I have been playing with it a bit with fingerprints all over it. Let's clean that up. Oh, it's a beautiful shape, this. There we go. Very nice blade shape. It's got G10 handles with brass pins, lanyard hole in the back on the pommel. I quite like how he's done the acid stone wash edge with quite a nicely polished edge. Let's have a closer look at that. As you can see, the top of the blade has been crowned. It's very nice. There is still quite sharp, so you can still use a fire starter on here if you need to. Don't know if you'd want to, but sometimes you might just have to. As you can see there, DB Els, South Africa. Let's try and get that a bit closer so you can read it. Oh, trying to get it just to focus on there for you. Very nice grind on it. Just looking at this grind, how clean it is. Sharpening toil. Again, very nice sharpening toil, and as you can see, it's very centered. Let's try and get that close. Sorry, it's hard to get this camera to focus on it. I think there's so much going on. As you can see, the whole knife is very cleanly done. In the hand it feels very good. I've got size 4XL hands, and this fits in my hands quite comfortably. I like this thumb ramp that's on here. Works very well. Hands lock in there beautifully. Nice belly on it. You can see I've got a 4-finger grip on here quite comfortably. It's a very nice feeling knife in the hand. Let's have a look at the specs on it. Let's measure up handle length. We're going to do in inches and in centimeters for our American and the South African audience. So blade length, sharpened edge, I'd say just 4.5. No, 4.25 inches. Sorry. Let's have a look at that in centimeters. That 11, but it comes up to the 12, so that would be 11 centimeters. Blade length, handle length. Too busy staring at the blade. Handle length 4 inches in centimeters, about 11. Overall length in inches, so that's 8 inches. In centimeters, you're looking at about 21. But overall, it's a beautiful knife. 21.5. Now, I have been trying to find things that I don't quite like on it. Things that, not that I don't like, but changes that I would make if it was for me. Because as this is a custom knife made for Aldo, so it has been made to his spec. Not so much anything on the knife other than I would prefer a little bit of jimping over here, just to really lock it into my hand. I like my jimping, and I think for me it needs it. But your hand does lock in there nicely, so it's not a have to, if you want to put it that way. So that's the only change I would make on the actual knife. On the sheath though, I wouldn't mind a slightly bigger belt loop, as my belts are normally slightly wider than this. It fits nicely in there. I'm sure you could drop it in your pocket just as well. But my only negative would be that I wouldn't mind a longer belt loop. Other than that, I think it's a beautiful knife. And once again, I just want to thank Aldo from Pickled Steel for sharing this with us, and just unpaid sponsors, a non-paid sponsorship, if you want to put it that way. But have a look at getting yourself some pickle wax. It's all natural. It's beeswax, coconut oil, and sweet almond oil. I use this on all of my knives and my sheaths, my leather sheaths. Brings them up nicely, protects the knife, and it's food grade, so it's not an issue if you use it for stuff with food. Looks after the leather, and it protects the blades. For size comparison, let's go have a look with the Leatherman. Get it back out the sheath. So it's a Leatherman Charge. Handle's about the same size. We always got to go with our Warhog. I love this knife. Use it every day, as you can see. It's dirty at the moment because I've been carrying it at work today. So blade length, the knife's slightly longer if you want to count the pommel. but overall I'd say it's a usable knife. It's pretty much the same. Next comparison we can use is the Kaiser Megarathium, which is quite a big knife, and as you can see it does dwarf it a little bit. Another comparison we can put in here, let's move this out the way. Not bad, we'll leave that in there. It's Olight Warrior 2 Mini. So yeah, I really like this knife. Move that out the way. I really like this knife, and it is sharp. It will cut you if you're not careful. It's a beautiful knife, and I would love to be able to carry it more and do a full-on review on it, but because it's not mine, and I would like the guys overseas to get it in best condition possible, I'm going to refrain from doing that. So thank you for joining me. Look forward to seeing your comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave that comment. Let me know what you feel and what you think of it. And yeah, look out for the next 2 videos where we're going to be doing, on the next one, another DBLs. You'll have to wait for it. I'll show you in the video. Keep well, keep safe, sharp sharp.